Hey guys, what's up? I'm Katy and let's talk about fast spoken English. You might think I'm speaking fast if I speak like this. Look at you grumbling day after day. Your marriage isn't a triumph or anything. You should be simple enough to lay all the crap on him, but it sure as hell isn't his fault. He just got a little run down. You know what? I'm gonna go. My dog will need to be fed soon. Take care now. I wasn't speaking that fast. I just connected every single word together to create that nice flow between words. And that smoothness is a really important characteristic of spoken English. Simply put, in spoken English, when words come together, they sound different from what you expect. When words come together, 7 features will happen. And I'm going to talk about these 7 features and show you the rules and the patterns why actually that happens. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the first feature of spoken English, dropping sounds. For example, what is the matter? You often hear it. It's the matter. It's the matter. What and is are the words that when come together, they're shortened down to TS. What is? It's the matter. And actually, the words let's, it's, and that's are the words that can be shortened to TS too. For example, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's said very quickly. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now listen carefully and see if you can guess my sentence. Does that mean we're done? Does that mean we're done? When does and that are together, we drop the first 2 sounds of does and the first sound of that. So we're left with that. Does that mean we're done? Does that mean we're going to be late? Another example of dropping sounds. I'm going to is often said very quickly, I'm gonna. Notice that it's not I'm gonna, which you probably know that going to is often pronounced gonna. But when the word I'm comes before it, we reduce it even more. We drop the G in gonna and we drop the I, so the M links straight into the word Anna. I'm gonna make some lunch. It helps to transition from one sound to another sound smoothly. Let's look at one more example of dropping sounds. Should we do that? In English conversation, you'll never hear it like this. It's unnatural, right? So it's, should we do that? Should we do that? The D's drop if the next word begins with a consonant. And of course, as you know, the letter L is always silent. So it's should we? Should we? Should we do that? And we do the same with the word would and could. The D's drop if the next word begins with a consonant. And of course, the letter L is always silent in these 2 words too. So it's wooey. Will we want to do that? Wooey. Cooey. Could we call you later? It sounds one word, right? Everything connected together. Now, in spoken English, we even drop some sounds within some words. Excuse me is often said, excuse me. Excuse me. Probably. That middle syllable is dropped. Probably. Interview. 20. Now there's a specific pattern happening here. When T comes after N, we drop the T. So it's interview instead of interview, or center instead of center. And we do the same with D. When D comes after N, we drop the D. So it's grandma. It's not grandma, it's grandma. Friendship. The second feature of spoken English, dropping the same sounds. We have it's so huge. We have two S's here, one in it's and one in so, right? When they come together, we don't split that up. We don't say it's so huge. So we connect them with a single S sound. Everything glides together smoothly. It's so huge. It's so huge. Next, we have changing sounds, and this one is my favorite. There are 4 situations that when words come together, one sound can affect the sounds around it, and we hear it a different sound. The first situation, when T followed by ya, it creates the CH sound, the ch. Don't you want to come? Don't you want to come becomes don't you? Don't you want to come? And of course, 1, 2 is contracted to wanna. There's a common phrase, what are you doing? That we often hear it, what you doing? Very fast, what you doing? To say it that fast, we have to simplify some. The word are gets cut out completely, and the T ending in what combines with ya and it creates the ch sound. So it's what you doing. Now the second situation is when D followed by ya, it creates the j sound. Would you help me? Would you help me? It sounds one word, right? Would you? Would you help me? I need you. I need you. I need you. And the third situation, it's pretty common to pronounce TR as CHR. For example, trusted or trust becomes trust. Trust. I trusted you. Trouble becomes trouble. The qualities of these sounds blend together and sound different. And situation number 4, when D and R blend together, they sound j, like drive, drive. I'll drive, I'll drive. Let's move on to adding sounds. So sometimes to create a link between 2 words, we have to add the ya or W sound. Now, of course, there's a specific rule and pattern for using these intrusive sounds. Look at this example sentence. He ate. He ate. We don't say it that way. We don't put gaps in the middle. As you know, everything has to smoothly glide together. So he ate, they don't really link together, right? He ate. No matter how fast you say it, you can't link them together. He ate, he ate. So to create that link, we put the ya sound in the middle. He ate, he ate, he ate a whole pizza. Now this is called vowel to vowel link. We have E and A, vowel to vowel link. They don't link, so to create that link, we put the ya sound. Now, when do we do that? We do that when the first word ends in E, like he, A, and I, then we put the ya sound. Now we have too often. Again, it's a vowel to vowel link. They don't link together too often. But this time, to create that smooth link, we have to put the W sound. Too often. Too often. Now, why is that? When our first word ends in O or U, U vowel as in you, when our lips are round, O, U, we put the W sound to create that nice link, right? So the W sound takes our first word, which is to, and links it up to the next word. Too often. Too often. Next, stressed or strong words. In English conversations, they don't put the same emphasis on each and every word. There are some words in a sentence that are stressed, and they are the most important words. They carry the meaning. So it's particularly nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. Now I'm going to say a sentence and see if you can catch which words are stress words. I'm going to take you to the airport. I'm going to take you to the airport. Take an airport. Perfect. Now the next one. I don't know why you care about my future. I don't know why you care about my future. Why, care, and future. Now, what would that sentence sound like if every word was stressed? I don't know why you care about my future. It's so unnatural. It's not a natural English. So as you can see, not all words are created equal. Some words that are important should be pronounced slower. And actually, this is a great hack to improve your listening comprehension. When you are listening to something, just try to catch those stressed words. Don't stress about hearing all the words. The other words, the words that we usually speed up through them, they are less important words. They don't carry the meaning. So just try to catch those stressed words, the important words. If you do that, your listening comprehension will significantly improve. Next, weak forms, which is exactly the opposite of stressed words. In speaking, some words are reduced. They're pronounced with their weak forms. And this is common with these 5 things, such as auxiliary verbs. So do becomes the. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where the. Does becomes does. Does. Does Tom play football? Very unclear. Was becomes was. Was. Can becomes can. Can I eat that? Can I eat that? And personal pronouns. You becomes ya. Very unclear. Ya. Where do you live? Where do you live? He becomes e. We drop the h and we connect it to the word before. Like, does he play football? Does he? Does he? Does he play football? And we actually drop the h in the word him, his, and her. Like, I told him. I told them. I told her. I told her. What's his name? What's his name? There's no h. Conjunctions like but, for, fur, or, food or water, very unclear, food or water, and becomes n. Ladies and gentlemen, prepositions also said with the weak form, like of becomes a, all the way reduced to the schwa. Like parda, kinda. To becomes t. Give it to me. Give it to me. And articles. The. Very unclear. Very quick. The. Like the book. No one says the book. The book. A becomes a cup of coffee. An apple. An apple. You might think, wow, that's insane. But this is just the way American English is. Some words that are not important, like these function words, said unclear, so that some words like content words, stress words get more notice. And this is just the structure of American English. Let's move on. And finally, we have contractions. What is contractions? Contractions is where, like, instead of saying I am, we say I'm Katy. I'm Katy. It's the shortening of words by combining two words like I'm or more words like should not have, which becomes shouldna. And we will talk about it more. First, let's start easy. Now, I'm going to briefly go over contractions, but if you want to learn more about contractions, actually I have a video on contraction and I have a video on negative contractions. So I'll put a link to these two videos in the description below. So make sure to check that out next. So I am becomes I'm, or sometimes we even hear it just an like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is a very natural pronunciation. She is becomes she's, his, its, their, we're, and your. I will, I'll, or I'll, just a dark L. I'll, she'll, he'll, it'll, they'll, will, and you'll. Now, can we say Tom will instead of Tom will? Well, yes, we can. The contraction of will can go at the end of any third person singular noun, like Tom'll. Tom will be here at 5. Or dog'll. The dog will be tired soon. The dog will be tired soon. It's pretty common to reduce and say it that way. We often hear it in movies, TV shows, in any English conversations. So if you want to sound more American, you can use this contraction too. And I would becomes I'd. She would becomes should, he'd, it'd, they'd, would, and you'd. Should have becomes should've or shoulda, all the way reduced. Like, I should have been invited. I shoulda been invited. And this is the same for would have and could have. Would have, would've, or woulda. Could have, could've, or coulda. All the way reduced to the schwa. Coulda. I would have been there. I could have studied harder. Now, as I promised, let's learn the negative too. So the negative is should not have. So instead of not, just make the N sound. Shouldn't. And instead of have, just make the schwa sound. Shouldna. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. And this is the same for would not have and could not have. Would not have becomes wouldna. Could not have becomes couldna. That's it. All right, now you learned the 7 features of fast spoken English. Now that you learned it, now that you know it, your ears are gonna pick up on it more and more in English conversations. And gradually, your listening comprehension will significantly improve. Now, just one more thing you need to do, and you have to do it. You have to practice it. As you know, practice makes perfect. So to practice it, just try to watch more English movies and of course without subtitles. And also, if you were interested in this video, you might be interested in this video as well, where I talked about how to watch English movies without subtitles and how to stay fully focused while you're watching English movies. So if you made it so far, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.